All right, welcome back to the Relatable Fellow. So, in this episode, I'm gonna be talking about the movies in 2023, which is in like all different languages all over India, which I watched and which had an impact on me, and I felt like wow, or like I had like a lot of emotions and all that sort of stuff. So, all those movies, which which if I think about it now, I'm gonna remember them and I'm gonna be like talking about them. Those sort of movies. And yeah, I'm just gonna be like going over from like Jan to like December in no particular order. These are like the movies which at that year this is like memorable to me. So if I think about it now, it's gonna be like memorable. Those kind of movies. Uh, yeah, so I think let's dive in directly. So it was like around Jan. Oh, and I'll be doing mostly like the amount of movies I watch will be in like Tamil first, and then after Tamil it'll be like Telugu, and then like Malayalam, Hindi. So this is like most of the movies that I'll be watching. And okay, let's see. This is goes. First one is on the list is okay. I had like a Google Docs made up on the side, so I just compiled a list from like Wikipedia from like different languages. First thing I found on the list was a movie called Romanjam. Obviously, it was like the first movie I saw on OTT, and badly missed. I badly wished I saw it in theaters. It was incredibly funny. It was like hilarious. Obviously, there's this viral reels or TikTok video as well, but I personally thought like it was like the setting and everything was like so funny, and like I laughed all the way through, and I recommend it to a lot of people as well. So this was the first movie on my list. Second, coming back, it was Dada. So this is one movie which I'll keep telling to everyone. I'll keep telling people like, please see this movie, please see this movie. I still remember when it came to theaters, I was like among like the only one among a crowd of like 4 or 5 people in the theater who saw it. After I saw it in theater, I was like badly waiting for it to come to OTT so that I can watch it with my friends, tell people and all that. So this movie was amazing. It was about like a father-son relationship kind of thing. Should I explain the movie? I'm thinking you guys will already like have reference and everything to it. Maybe I'll give like a context of what worked out for me. I think that will be better. So I liked how fresh the movie was, how kind of like wholesome it was. It's something which is relatable, something which you see like happen to your friend, or like something which is like in that setting. No grandeur, no thing, just a feel good, amazing movie. And like what worked for me a lot was like all those dialogues which kind of hit you, where he kind of tells you like about like some decisions in life. You take care of the small decisions, like putting your dress or this thing like that, but when it comes to like larger decisions, life takes care of it, like those sort of things. And those hard hitting dialogues, those sort of things kind of made that movie. So it was very very close to my heart kind of movie. So that one. Third one on the list is gonna be, this is from Telugu. So this is a movie called Writer Padma Bhushan. So this is something I saw with my friend, and I went in with like zero expectations. I had basically no idea about the movie, and honestly, I was very surprised. I loved how simple the movie was. It was like very simple. There was like very few characters, but the gist of the movie was very very like it was like just hitting you like very, again, one of the relatable sides of the movie, and the story was very unique. I felt like it had one of the like more unique scripts in the entire year. So that's like on like the next movie. After that, it came to PS2. So I think this was like the first big movie that I saw in theater in this year so far. So it had a lot of expectations, hype, and I enjoyed it, especially the last 10 minutes or the interval block, or like how you got like that closure, or that Vikram and Aishwarya Rai sequence, that entire this thing. It felt like, yeah, you cannot miss this movie. You have to see it. And I don't know about like positive mixed reviews and stuff, but I personally enjoyed it. The next on the list is, I think this is the first Bollywood movie which actually stayed with me, Gulmohar. So this was actually recommended by my mom, and she actually loved it. My family like loved it, and I was like going in without any expectations again. And it was like a very feel good movie. I actually enjoyed like all the relations and all the like it felt different from all the other movies I saw. It was like in a joint family setting, and it was more like about families and more about like that style. And it kind of like it's one of those movies which made me emotional, and it was like very very nice. So I felt really good after watching it. You had all those positive vibes. So that was that. And okay, I'm looking at the time. It's around 5 minutes. I don't know if I should do two part or one part, but we'll see like how fast I can do the next set of movies. Next one on the list was Virupaksha. This was a Telugu movie. I saw it in theater because of word of mouth and stuff. This was the first horror movie which I saw, I think, in this entire year, and my god, it was amazing. Like, it was like it exceeded my expectations. All the scenes, like everything was like perfectly set up for that, like edge of the seat thriller kind of thing. So really enjoyed it. So that was the next one. And the next one is Good Night, coming back to Tamil. This was, I think, one of the few movies I saw like 2 times in theater so far. It was like hilarious. It was like thoughtful. It was like something you could just watch with your friends. Like, I think I remember this is the first movie where like 6 of us went together and saw and enjoyed together. This was like one of those feel good, really good movies, and all the songs in this movie was also like amazing and stayed with me. So this was there, and after that we're coming to Malayalam 2018. What an experience! Like seeing the like actual, like hearing about the Kerala floods, and then seeing this, like all the visuals and stuff. Everything kind of stuck with you, and it was like a very different kind of movie, just directly hit you kind of movie. So it was really good, enjoyed it. After that, we are coming back to Tamil. So this was Portholil. I had like, this was one of those movies where I had to see it. I was waiting for it to come to theaters because it did not get a release properly over here. And because of that insane word of mouth, it came like released here, and I had to like book it on the first day itself once it re-released. And my god, was it blown away. Like, it was such a meticulously crafted movie. Like, I don't know, like every scene, inch by inch, everything was like something which I really, really enjoyed. This was like a crime kind of movie, and Tamil obviously, so it's like very, very like, I didn't even have time to like even look at my phone, like do anything. It was like that kind of intense movie. This was amazing. Saw it in theater. Next one on the list was Rocky or Rani Ka Prem Kahani, Bollywood. This is one of those movies I really, really wish I would have seen it in theater, but I didn't. It got recommended to me by a friend in OTT, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I did not have like that much expectations because I didn't see any trailer, promotions, all that. Fell in love with all the songs, fell in love with the entire vibe of the movie. It was like very funny. It was like something you could just chill and watch on a Saturday night. And then there's also something which like, emotionally stuck you kind of that. This was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. One of those movies I always want to see with people. So this was that. Next on the list was this is that movie which I think probably screamed the most till now. Jailer in Tamil. What can I even say? Like, from the audio launch, from like everything, like from the build up to the reels to the all that. This was one of those movies where I screamed, I shouted, enjoyed. Really, really one of my favorite movies of the year. So that one. And coming to a contrast, next movie Tamil is Chitta. This, like, I think before anyone sees it, there's like a lot of trigger warning about like sensitive stuff and stuff. So if you can skip forward that stuff, like all that stuff, it's like a really, really good movie. It's very like much needed in like the current society, and like it's very intense, and it was like it had a vibe to it. Like, some songs were good. The entire message was like really good. It was like an hard-hitting movie. This is like not something you go on a Friday night and enjoy and see, but rather you should see this movie and you're gonna know you're gonna feel like kind of bad after the movie and stuff. So it's an emotional movie, but nevertheless it was an amazing movie. Next was, we come back to Telugu, Miss Shetty, Mr. Polishetty. Always like had a like before I saw that movie, I had the expectation that I'm gonna laugh a lot, and I did laugh a lot. It's really fun, really enjoyed it. It was like a very light-hearted, like chill kind of movie. So it was really awesome, Telugu. And next on the list is Suki. So this was, I saw it in OTT. Like, I randomly saw it. I didn't have any expectations. Randomly saw it in Hindi. Like, and it kind of like had a very, very different feel to it. It was like a different script of like like 4 women chilling out in the reunion, like all sorts of things. Like it kind of had like that very light-hearted, wholesome movie which we're missing, I think, in that year. So it felt very natural, connected well. So really loved that movie. After that, I think we go to Malayalam. So this was Kannur Squad. So this was, I had like a lot of expectations, a lot of good reviews, word of mouth coming in. So I was very excited to watch in OTT, and I saw it, and it was like exactly what it was. It was like a very detailed crime thriller, which edge of the seat, kind of like Portholil, and this was in Malayalam, and it was like very, very intense, and my god, it was a very good experience. Loved it. And next on the list is, I'm gonna be biased. Obviously, I'm a huge Vijay fan. So it's Leo. I was waiting like probably so long to see this movie, and and it really lived up to the hype for me. Like whatever it was, the build up, like seeing it on the first day in theater, screaming your lungs out. I think Jailer was that movie which I screamed. I think this overtook Jailer, and it kind of like, it was just insane. Like that experience, that vibe was like amazing.